You've got to experience UST. This university is not just for learning.
There are places where we can just go to and relax.
As I choose to study here in the Philippines, UST serves as a school within a home for me.
To some extent, the activities we all share makes me feel that UST brought my family with me.
At the Massion will always be at the Massion. And UST, it never fails to make us feel like we're home and that we are welcome.
Good morning, Thomasians. Be critical, be involved, and be informed. Taking the lead beyond the headlines with current events, features, and in-depth stories for Thomasians every week. I am Jane Cruz, and this is Tiger News Weekly. On our second week of delivering the stories of the Thomasians, we delve deeper into the current affairs and happenings inside the university, featuring the voices of those who refuse to stay silent on recent issues and other concerning matters. Reporting only the true and unbiased information, we have Haylord Lavarias for the Varsitarians News Wrap.
Good day, Thomasians. This is Haylord Lavarias from the Varsitarian, and we bring you the top stories of the week. Tiger Spikers return to Final Four. The UST Tiger Spikers are headed back in the Final Four after surviving the Adamson University Soaring Falcons 25-20, 25-23, 19-25, 23-25, and 15-12 in the UAAP Season 80 Men's Volleyball Tournament at the Arena in San Juan last April 18. UST will face the top-seeded National University, which carries a twice-to-beat incentive, on April 22 Sunday, 2 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena. The Tiger Spikers were carrying a precarious 11-10 lead in the final set before sparking a 4-1 spurt sealed by an off-the-block kill from Arnold Bautista to come away with the win. UST scores 100% in electronic technician exams, improves electronics engineering. The university kept a 100% passing rate in the April 2018 Electronics Technician Licensure Examinations, with all 4 Thomasian examinees passing the test. UST meanwhile posted a higher passing rate in the Electronics Engineering Board exams. The passing rate improved to 66.67%, with 14 Thomasians passing the test out of 21 examinees, from last year's 57.50% passing rate, or 23 out of 40 examinees. UST Golden Booters secure Final Four ticket. Striker Steven Anotado and midfielder Marvin Briseño powered the UST Golden Booters to the UAAP Final Four in a 2-0 conquest of the National University at the Rizal Memorial Stadium last April 15. The Golden Booters ended the elimination round at 3rd place with a 7-4-3 win-draw-loss card and will enter their 3rd straight semifinals. The Golden Booters already sealed their 3rd spot prior to their match as De La Salle University lost to the University of the East earlier in the day. Adamson Clubbers Golden Targuses and season ender. The UST Golden Targuses finished their lackluster UAAP Season 80 campaign with a bitter loss against Adamson University Lady Falcons at the Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan Saturday. The Targuses ended their disappointing season at 7th place with a 4-10 win-loss card after making it to the semifinals last season. Tied at 23 in 3rd period, Adamson Maylene Paat scored back-to-back kills to complete the sweep. Veteran Tamasian journalist Nestor Mata dies at 92. Veteran newsman Nestor Mata died last April 12 at the Cardinal Santos Memorial Medical Center. He was 92 years old. Mata obtained his bachelor's degree in journalism and master's degree in foreign affairs in UST and taught political science and journalism subjects in the university. He was the lone survivor of the plane crash that killed President Ramon Magsaysay and 26 others on March 17, 1957. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Visit our website at thevarsitarian.net and follow our social media accounts at Varsitarian UST. This is Haylord Lavorius for the Varsitarian News Wrap.
That was News Wrap, brought to you by the official student publication of UST, The Varsitarian. Coming up next after a short break, Tiger News Weekly is here with more recent stories and narratives from the students in the university. Stay tuned.
Arts and Letters. I'm Yukti Shwakramani and I am here at the Education Auditorium Albertus Magnus Building. Come along with me as Artistang Artlets proudly present their Junior Theater Literacy Program, Balikan. Guys, we are here today with Direk and our main cast over here. So Direk, Claire, and Kuya Omi. So guys, what do you think how did you feel about the audience reaction to the play?
I think the reaction of the audience toward the play is very emotional attack regarding friends and having their past brought back to them through a device. And I think the feeling of the audience would be like they would somehow fit in the shoes of the characters.
Oh, that's nice. How about you, Direk? What makes this play different from other productions that AA has had before?
I think yung kinaibahan ng play kasi na to namin is we did something intimate sa isang stage, sa isang full stage kagaya ng Albertus. So I think yun yung difference na ginagawa namin. Kasi usually, if we do a play here, we do something na full stage. Pero ngayon, we chose to do an intimate nga.
Okay. So one question we've all been waiting for is that what do we look forward to in AA's future productions?
I think sa AA, people should look forward for something bigger. Okay. Something bigger and something na mas ma-highlight pa on where AA is good, which is acting.
In life, we come across people who leave us with their finest memories. That was truly a heartfelt and wonderful performance given by Artistang Artlets. Once again, I'm your host, Yukti Shwakramani, and this has been Tiger Trail, your all-access pass for exclusive events inside and outside UST. Di mo na kailangan pang mangamba, magpaalam sa nakaraan at magsimulang muli. Thought I had a plan, a plan with you and me. Was the tale of my own dreams, breaking me down to my knees.
Welcome back to Tiger News Weekly. 15 years ago, a document meant to safeguard our rights as students was written and sent in for approval and implementation. However, 15 years later, that same document is still waiting and pending for that approval. With the CSE elections fast approaching, it is our duty to know our inviolable rights as students. To give us more on this topic, we have Catherine Dave for Above the Fold.
Every student has both the privilege and responsibility to exercise his or her rights as part of an academic institution. However, for nearly 2 decades, the University of Santo Tomas has struggled with the absence of a document that contains the rights of its students.
For me, it's very important kasi unang-una, andun yung protection ng students eh. Kumbaga, andun lahat ng magiging rights ng isang estudyante. So, kung may students code, meron tayong pangahawakan na ito yung karapatan natin.
Despite the efforts of the Student Council over the years, UST is still trailing behind other universities in safeguarding the students' rights. The University of the Philippines has Code of Students' Conduct. De La Salle University has Magna Carta of Students, while the Ateneo de Manila University has provisions on student rights in its student handbook. In UST, the Students' Code is yet to be approved. In Ateneo de Manila University, the Magna Carta of Students contains academic rights and political rights of students. For some youth leaders, the rights of the students in the Philippines are not protected.
Yung mga schools pa natin ngayon, schools and even yung mga workplaces no, kung saan nakapaloob yung mga kabataan, kalakhan dyan ay talagang repressive, no? Masasabi natin na may repressive environment.
The National Union of Students of the Philippines believes that Filipino students are oppressed. That is because there are lots of policies that are restricting the full expression of the rights of our students.
League of Filipino Students spokesperson Cara Tagawa cited instances wherein students experience different forms of oppression.
Tingin natin sa buong bansa at maging sa buong mundo, may nararanasang kahirapan or oppression yung mga kabataan sa forma nung pinipigilan sila na maglunsad ng iba't ibang mga aktibidad para lang ipahayag yung kanilang mga hinaing o kaya yung kanilang mga pagtingin sa ibang mga bagay.
But what were the reasons behind the delay in the passage of the Students' Code in the university?
Ang nangyari kasi, ang daming issue lumabas last sem. Una na doon yung Central Board last year nag-file ng against sa election result. So inayos pa namin yon. Pangalawa yung kay yung final ni Steven na about sa abstain. So, inayos din namin yon. So, umabot siya ng parang September, October na-resolve lang yung dalawang issue yun.
Political science professor Dennis Coronacion said that the passage of Students' Code does not solely depend on student leaders.
Well, several years ago, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that part of the drawbacks is that the students themselves were confused as to what to put there. So they were not organized. They were not in unison. They had no consensus as to what provisions or rights they would like to include in the student code, the Magna Carta.
This year, a group of senior high school students had the initiative to establish an advocacy group called Vox Alumni Pro Veritas.
Vox Alumni Pro Veritas, or the voice of the students for truth,
what is an advocacy group established in the pursuance of truth, specifically in advancing students' rights, specifically in UST. Currently, we have been in coordination with the UST Student Council, and we have an advocacy event wherein the Students' Rights and Welfare Week of the UST Student Council will be in part with our advocacy group, where it will be researchers in establishing a petition for the approval of the Students' Code. That will be hand in hand with the event of storytelling.
Coronacion urged Thomasians to have a dialogue with the university rector to hasten the passage of the Students' Code.
What they can do is for the student leaders, together with the ordinary students, to talk to our rector and convince our rector about the merits of the advantages of enacting a student's code. So there should be a dialogue. So the students must initiate a dialogue with the rector, and in that dialogue, they should be able to explain, the beauty of enacting or having a Magna Carta for students.
Youth leaders emphasize that besides Students' Code, collective action is needed to protect the rights of students.
So at the end of the day talaga, to protect our rights, diba? To protect the students' rights, the people's rights, ang talagang mapagdedependehan natin o masasaligan natin ay yung collective action pa rin, diba? Rights always exist even without any forms of violation or oppression. Hence, the Thomasians must support the long-set passage of the Students' Code. This is Catherine Dave, setting the agenda above the fold.
For nearly 2 decades, the University of Santo Tomas has been pushing for the passage of the Students' Code. But despite the efforts of several student councils, a document that contains our rights has yet to be passed. Let us know how important is the Students' Code from the perspective of some Thomasians.
As a freshie, pagdating ko po sa UST, hindi po talaga sinasabi yan. And if ever magkakaroon po ng document na nagko-contain lahat mo ng rights sa Thomasian, mas magkakaroon tayo ng knowledge kung paano natin ipapaglaban yung rights natin sa Thomasian.
Yes, kailangan din po natin para po every Thomasian po, aware din sila kung ano yung mga pwede nilang gawin, and para magkaroon na rin po sila ng, para makapag-decide din po sila kung ano ba dapat yung gagawin.
Sa tingin ko po, necessary yung document or printed document na naglalaman po ng rights and responsibilities as students. Kasi naniniwala po ako when legal actions na merong in case na may mangyaring something, meron po tayong evidence. Hindi lang po by mouth or pasa ng words na ito right ko to as students, but we have a printed copy of an evidence para mas ma-justify kung ano yung hinaing talaga natin in terms of legal cases.
I believe that the student code is important to balance the responsibilities that the administration has provided for us.
I think for me, it's necessary kasi we have the right to know about our limitations, yung mga boundaries natin as students, and yung rights natin para naman we don't cross anything na hindi pala pwede, tsaka kung anong pwede nating gawin sa school.
Para sa akin, kailangan na ipasa ang Students' Code as soon as possible kasi ito ang kino-contain nito ang ating rights bilang students. At magkakaroon na tayo ng student representation sa bawat mga issues na nangyayari dito sa universidad. Kaya sa tingin ko, kailangan na natin ipasa ang Students' Code.
It is about time to address the plights and demands of the Thomasian community. Thomasians, how do you want to be heard? This is Keith Sazon for Vox Tigris, the voice of the Tigers.
Standing at the heart of the campus is the majestic main building constructed from 1923 to 1927, a masterpiece by engineer Friday from the Roque Buanio OP. This famous landmark is the first modern-day earthquake-resistant structure in the country. From 1927 up to the present, the main building has been the home to various faculties and colleges and administrative offices. It was converted into an internment camp for the prisoners of war during the height of the Second World War. A cross atop the main building symbolizes UST's Catholic identity. Different statues of great men designed by Italian sculptor Francesco Monti ornate its pedestal to signify the university's spiritual and intellectual aspirations. In the center is Tria Ek, a representation of the Christian values of faith, hope, and charity.
Might be over, but the party is just about to begin. Hi, I am Alicia Lahab, and tag along with me as we cap off the fun month that it was and go where different colors come alive here at Prism, the AB Concert 2018. And this is Tiger Trails.
For most people, sunsets mean the day has come to an end. But for the Artlet community, it's when the night remains young. It's when the stage was set on fire by the comeback of AB Dance Synergy and the Artlets groove to Cypher's 6-Speed Chaps, the Casa Footworks. This year, we were graced not only by AB's homegrown talents, Ray Rebolios, Jamie Tote, Ivory, and Tom's World Project.
So, this year kasi, ang theme ng Artlet Student Council, our general plan of action for the year, is Adikang Bahaghari, wherein we embrace diversity in our college. Now, for our celebration of AB Month, we want to embody different kinds of colors na sa each week of our AB Month. Since culminating activity, ang concert is the rainbow itself. Our objective for this project is to embrace the different talents that AB has to offer. Kaya this year, nag-feature kami ng spoken word, feature kami ng bands, ng solo artists.
The crowd began to roar even more loudly as one of the OPM's greatest bands, ang Bandang Shirley, came on stage. Towards the end of the celebration, Moonstar 88 serenaded us with their hits, Torete and Migraine.
Truly, it is not just the lair for homebred trailblazers, but also the perfect pathway for the future's greatest Tigers. Once again, this is Prism AB Concert 2018, and this has been Alicia Lahab for Tiger Trails. And I'll see you soon.
Pesos and their do-it-yourself healthy rice meals for only 99 pesos, we can customize our meals just the way we want it. With choices of brown or red rice, you can never go wrong with partnering it with chicken, beef, or go fish with cream dory, and the DIY does not stop there with your choice of vegetables and a sauce to finish off your DIY meal. It also comes with a refreshing side of cucumber lemonade and a piece of their best-selling energy bomb. But wait!
Did that one piece leave you hanging? Then look no further as the Green Canteen also sells their best-selling energy bombs, filled with peanut butter and vegan dark chocolate chips that everyone, diet man o hindi, will surely love. Available in a big tub or a small tub for 280 and 140 pesos respectively.
So hurry along to the food strip, 1229 Navarra Street, Sampaloc, Manila, and give your body the nutritious and budget-friendly meal it deserves with the Green Canteen.
Another addition to the list of places we could go to for delicious and affordable meals. That was Green Canteen on Beyond the Scenes. Joining us today is another voice that represents another desire to break barriers and to fight for the unheard voices of her fellow Thomasians. We have the president of UST Hiraya, the first intersectional feminist organization in the university, Ms. Steph De Guzman. Hi, Ms. Steph.
Hello.
Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
So, how are you? How do you feel right now?
I'm honored to be here, and I would like to thank Tiger News Weekly for organizing such a platform that will make relevant news or issues in the university heard among the Thomasians.
So, Hiraya has been sounding off a lot on social media and even within the university, as it is a new organization. So, can you tell us what Hiraya is all about and what it signifies for the Thomasians?
So, as you know, UST Hiraya is the first intersectional feminist organization recognized by the University of Santo Tomas Office for Student Affairs. We advocate for gender equity, anti-violence against women, arts and culture, mental health, and students in action. So presently, I would like to believe that for Thomasians, it signifies a safe space for discussion on relevant and pressing issues such as gender equality, sexual harassment, abuse, and assault. So that's what UST Hiraya, I hope, is for the Thomasians.
So UST Hiraya has come a long way since its establishment. How long ago was it established?
UST Hiraya was established in June, the summer of last year, and we were recognized, thankfully, by OSA last September during the R101.
And how has the journey for Hiraya been?
The journey has been rough since we are a newly established org, and we are figuring out the process of an organization as we go along. But it also has been fulfilling that as I see the advocacies of the organization is being mainstreamed around the university. And also, not only around the university, but nationwide, since we are partnering with representatives such as Congressman Tom Villarin in the Safe Streets and Public Spaces Act of 2017.
So, UST Hiraya is the first feminist intersectional organization of UST.
Yes.
That being said, what are the main or the usual struggles that the organization faces?
Since this is brand new and this is, I think, foreign territory in this university, I think one of our main struggles is how to get our point across, how to get our message across without being misinterpreted, because we are tapping sensitive issues as we go along during this academic year.
So, recently, Samgyup Salamat and Cubic's board game cafe have become safe space zones. So, can you explain to us and to the viewers what safe space zones means?
So, safe space zones, before an establishment that serves alcoholic beverage is given this poster, the management or the owner is asked to sign a safe space policy which states their liability, the liability of the management with regard to how they manage, how they deal with sexual harassment, assault, discrimination, or abuse within their establishment. And to monitor these establishments, we have left our contact number with the said establishments, and we we plan on having weekly visits to ensure that the policy is being followed in the said establishments.
Why these establishments?
So, first and foremost, UST Hiraya plans to, it says here that safe space policy for bars, restaurants, and other establishments. One of our main concerns around the university is the bars that serve alcoholic beverage. So, Cubic's Board Game Cafe and Bar serves alcoholic beverage. So, I was in the area, so we prioritized it. And Samgyup Salamat because there were recent reports of catcalling in the said branch. So I made personally I made it a point to prioritize the Samgyup Salamat in the Fusebox branch. And Miss Clarice of Samgyup Salamat was kind enough to agree that indeed their branch needs to be a safe space zone for the Thamashan community and other customers.
So, can you tell us about the process of how you make these safe space zones? And how do you monitor these safe space zones?
Okay, so as I said, they sign a safe space policy before we give them the poster. And the safe space policy, it states there their liability, the liability of the management with regard to dealing with these sexual harassment, assault, and abuse or discrimination that happens in their establishment. So to monitor, we plan on having weekly visits on the establishments and to ensure that they are following the policy in their establishments.
So UST Hiraya also extends help to sexual harassment victims, both inside and outside the university. So in your personal experience, what do you see are the usual or the main problems that these people face?
So in our university, in my experience, victims would not follow through with their complaints with regard to sexual harassment, abuse, or assault, or discrimination, and would simply seek consolidation among our members, which are also just students. So there is no specific mechanism wherein the issue of sexual harassment in the university is systematically addressed. And outside the university, same then, they would not follow through with the complaint because the process would be a hassle. Most often than not, they would not get justice. So that's my experience in sexual harassment cases.
I have a question. Could you say that UST Hiraya is also for men or straight men?
Of course. UST Hiraya is an intersectional feminist organization. Intersectionality means that we are not confined in the views of feminism that we are just for women. We fight for gender equality, gender equity, which violence against women or domestic violence, which I believe also advocates for the men, straight men in the university and the country.
What do you want to tell the straight men that still feel like there's a stigma between straight men and sexual harassment? What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that if you believe that there is no direct stigma between, there's no direct connection between straight men and sexual harassment, that you should speak up, because when men speak up for the women or for the people who are sexually harassed, it makes the advocacy or the message that we would like to get across. It would greatly help the advocacy, and it would make the women empowered. So a big part of women empowerment is the men of our community.
Okay, so what are the future plans of Hiraya?
For this academic year, we still have a couple of events that the Thamashan community should watch out for. And for next year, hopefully, if we get recognized, I wish our advocacies would change. But it would still be an intersectional feminist. But we would hopefully be focusing on other relevant issues that we see is needed in the university.
Thank you, Ms. Stephanie De Guzman, for being here on the show and for broadening our knowledge on Hiraya's journey.
Thank you.
So if you want to watch the replay of today's episode, don't forget to tune in later at 2:30 p.m. only here at the EdTech Digital Broadcasting Unit. For more information and up-to-date Tamasha news, follow the official student publication of UST at Varsitarian UST, and to watch the episodes of Tiger News Weekly anytime and anywhere, subscribe to UST Tiger TV online on YouTube. Be critical, be involved, and be informed. Taking the lead beyond the headlines with current events, features, and in-depth stories for Tamashans every week, I am Jane Cruz, and this has been Tiger News Weekly.
Hi, we're Force Base and you're watching Tiger Trails.
Talaga namang bibilis ang pintig ng ating mga puso for this year's Archie Weekender, for the council is bringing the finest of OPM as well as their local college musicians. My name is Hans and join me as we go through Archie Feet de la Musique. Let's go!
This is Hangganan, the finale of the UST Archie Week. So we are concluding the whole Archie Week festivities with this event. So this event, we tried to showcase the bands from our college. We also invited some of the musicians from outside, and at the same time, we also we will also be awarding the winners of each competition during the whole Archie Week. Archie Week is about it comes from the heart. That's hence hinting. It comes from the heart. We want to give back to the community for them to feel the